Well, hard to believe it. We're just in the beginning of October. That means holidays are around the corner. Most travelers dread the thought of flying at Thanksgiving. This year might be crazier, might be more expensive than ever as well. Question is, how can you save money when flying? Our financial expert, Dr. Judith Browse, back with us in studio this morning with some advice, and you got your Rockies purple on this morning.
And purple is my color.
I know it is. Well, let's talk about this. The airlines certainly are charging more, and it certainly is becoming a more frustrating experience of late. So how do we try and save money, especially in the holidays?
Well, there's lots of things you do. So the first thing is get smart, turn on the computer, go online, and do some comparison shopping. And you're going to go to the big ones, like you can go to Travelocity, Orbitz, you can go to any of those, Expedia, and just see who's charging what, just where you're going, the time frame, and then they'll just drop down and say who's what. Now, I'm a big believer in loyalty. I'm one of these flyers for United that's almost at 2 million miles.
Right.
So it makes sense for me to stay there, but I still comparison. I want to see what they're shopping.
Do you check the airline sites as well?
Absolutely, absolutely. And then when I do book, I will probably go on the airline site to do that. You will save more money going online versus going to a person where they're going to charge another fee.
Right.
That's what they do.
Talk about baggage weights. They certainly are charging more. They are finding new ways to nickel and dime along the way.
It's huge. Well, you check in here out at United, it's $2 a bag on the curb, and so we lug them in sometimes. But you also have the overweight fees.
Right.
And how big is that? Well, these airlines showed a profit, Tom.
Yeah.
$500 million in money from overweight fees last year.
So how you pack and what you pack is critical.
50 pounds is kind of what they're doing. Now, if you're the loyal customer,
right,
they will let you go over.
Sure.
A good 20 pounds over.
They know you're coming back.
And they let you carry an extra bag. So you need to get smart in what you can do and what you can't do.
Thanksgiving and the holidays are family travel, so you have to go by kids' ages as far as kids requiring seats or being able to be lap kids.
And it used to be that if your kid looked like they were under 2, you just lap. Now they're starting to charge a percentage, like 15, 20%, even if you have a lap kid. And it's actually smarter to have a kid with their own seat and in their car seat that you bring on. The smart thing would do also to realize you can bring in more bags if you buy a seat. So you need to find out ahead of time, is there a fee? Don't get surprised when you get to the gate and you've got a little one, they say, oh, you need to pay more money.
Well, speaking of fees, obviously the ticket itself is the big ticket. But you talk about the food on a flight, and if you're paying for the food and you have 3 kids with you...
What food? Peanuts are gone. You get those stale, awful pretzels. So you better bring your own. I know that you like to bring food for everybody.
Everyone on the flight. I like to bring everyone something.
He brings the full spread, even the picnic.
Everyone gets a honey roasted peanut.
But what we need to do is really bring your own stuff and try to make it not too stinky because you're close. So bring something to tide you over, and don't open it up until after the plane takes off. That's smart too. There's also a difference between the airlines as far as the restrictions on these flights. How do you do you have to study this? You have to become a student of the airlines? Well, you have to pay attention to who's got they have blackout times, they have different areas that they go into, but you really have to pay attention to that. Who's restricted? Some have extra leg room. Some will charge you for leg room. The discount fares like JetBlue and Southwest actually have less charges and have more amenities, but you have restrictions to go to those discounts. It's just a matter of being a smart travel shopper, lay it out, use the internet to be your guide in what they do and what they don't do, and then get on the phone and put it together for yourself. Well, we become smarter travel shoppers with your help. Thanks. There you go. Good to see you again. Nice to be here. Dr. Judith Browse. Well, she's a television star. She's best known for roles on shows like Melrose Place and Ally McBeal. Well, now Courtney Thorne Smith is taking on a job as a writer